We're going to show you how to pack your hospital bag. I know it might seem quite straightforward, but Brooke here from Organise is going to show you how to pack it efficiently, effectively, save space, and pack everything that you need.
Hi guys, my name's Brooke, I'm from the OBGYN mum and I'm an obstetrician doctor working in London. We're both mums ourselves as well, so we kind of know what's really useful to put into your bag to bring to hospital, or what you might not even want. So we think what's really key is just to pack it well and make sure the bag is organised, because that's the thing that you'll be really grateful for when you're in hospital, because you have to move around from room to room and unpack and pack again. So keeping that bag nice and organised means you can always find what you need, and you don't need to bring everything you've ever had with you to hospital. These are what we feel are the essentials, and we're going to show you kind of what to put in it, and Sheila's put together an amazing checklist which we're going to put up on our blog online, with everything that needs to go into the bag, and we'll just talk you through how to arrange it. First thing is to decide what bag you're going to use. So I kind of suggest thinking about all of this, packing your labour bag, getting prepared early, maybe from about 32 weeks is quite a good idea, because it might take you some time to get all the items that you need. And just thinking about what bag, you don't need to go out necessarily and buy something new. As you can see, what we've got here is just a normal carry-on suitcase, a wheelie one. The nice thing about this bag is it opens and lays flat, and you've got 2 compartments, because what you've got to think about is who you're packing for here. You're packing for mum and for baby. We sometimes allow the partner to throw a few things in there, but generally this is mum and baby, and so being able to just divide that nicely will always help you to find the things you need. You don't need to have a suitcase that lays flat exactly like this, but any suitcase that can easily be divided, or any bag that can easily be divided, will be absolutely fine. Then you'll also notice that we've packed everything into these clear, big, normal ziplock bags. They're nothing fancy, they're available on Amazon. These are the 2-gallon size, and they're basically absolutely adequate to fit whatever you need into them, and to divide them up, and you can label them so you can find whatever you need. So just talking through what we've got here. So first of all, we've got a bag that's kind of for labour, and this has specific items which I think are really useful in that situation. So, for example, what you'll find inside, thank you, you'll find an eye mask. For example, if you're hypnobirthing, it's really nice to pop some headphones in and an eye mask on and be able to tune out everything else and just focus. A fan, because invariably you'll get very hot. You can also get an electric fan instead. We've got a nice water spritzer here to cool you down. We've put on the list of putting a bikini if you're thinking about using water for the birth. I've also got, this is just a normal kind of sports bra, and will do the job absolutely fine. You don't really need bottoms, but whatever you're happy to kind of get into the water with, or nothing if you prefer that too. We've got, underwear, thick socks, hair grips, all those kind of things that you might need when you're in labour. And the other thing you're going to maybe want is kind of some food and entertainment. Again, this is probably a bit more for the partner than it is for you. But it depends. If you have an epidural, you might easily be able to watch something or read something. The really important thing about the snacks is I'd recommend non-perishable items. So what you don't want to do is fill it with fruit or cake or anything that's going to go off, because you might have this bag packed for 8 weeks or so. So just fill it with things and keep an eye on the expiry date so you know when they might need to be changed out. Keep chargers as well with you. It's expensive and annoying to buy extra chargers, but it's one situation where if you can just have the charger already in the bag, when labour starts, your water's breaking, you need to go to hospital, at least you don't have to run around the house remembering certain things. Just having a charger in there, your partner will thank you for it if they're sitting there for 10 hours without an iPhone. Then whatever you feel are important for your clothing, you can bring dressing gowns, some pyjamas, just comfy general clothes. We put in some flip-flops here, especially for when you walk around the ward and you're going to and from the shower, etc. It's nice not need lots of different pairs of shoes, they're absolutely perfect. We've got some feeding bras in this bag as well, but you'll bring whatever you feel is required. And then we've got the bag of toiletries here. Again, you'll have your own things that you really like, or your posh shampoos, or your nice face creams. But the thing about this particular toiletry bag, unlike when you're on holiday, for example, is again, you want to have this packed for, 6-8 weeks or something. So what you don't want to have to do is remembering those creams last minute. So just buying some miniatures of either your favourite things or just anything that you would like to use, some shampoo, conditioner, body creams, etc. just means that you have access to it if you need it. Again, a toothbrush already in the bag, so you don't have to remember your own toothbrush, etc. We've got some, I've got maternity pads in here. These are the nice thick ones, which I really recommend rather than getting anything extra thin or the always or anything like normal always or anything like that, because you might have a cut or a tear down below, and then sitting on something thin and scratchy like that will be really irritating, whereas these have a nice thick cushion as well as being really absorbent for any bleeding, so they're really good. Lanolin for sore nipples, especially if you're breastfeeding, and then these are the disposable nipple pads. These ones come nicely in a packet together as pairs, but you can also get reusable ones, which are great too. Excellent, so that's kind of most of the bits for mum. And then moving on to baby. What we've got here is baby's first outfit. So that is the really key bag that you have at the top of baby stuff. And even if you don't pack anything else into little bags, this I would recommend. And the reason being, hopefully if what you want is a nice normal delivery on a birth centre, that's what you have. But you never know what might happen in labour. And you might end up having to have an emergency cesarean. And in that situation, what your partner will need to do is just grab baby's first outfit and a nappy. That's what the midwife will ask for. And having that kind of packed and ready to go, and so they know where it is really useful. And so that's why I pack it like this. And what this has inside is a baby grow, a vest, a hat, some mittens, but you don't always need that because these baby grows have things that fold over, and a nappy. So they're your key things for baby's first outfit. And then the rest is kind of self-explanatory. For changing your baby, you don't need a whole fancy bag and a changing mat, etc. What I think, especially when you're in hospital, is just some of these disposable pads you can pop down on your bed. So even if you get a bit of poo or anything, you can just chuck it away. These are these bit you can change baby onto, like a changing mat. And we've got nappy bags. You want to remember those, otherwise your room will smell. And wipes, nappies, nappy creams, etc. Size 1 nappies is usually perfectly fine for any baby that's born at term. If baby's going to be premature, they might need size 0, but if you're kind of packing the bag expecting baby to be born at the end of pregnancy, then I would only recommend buying size 1 nappies. And then otherwise we've just got the rest of the clothes that you might need for baby, and blankets, muslins, etc. And that can be in another separate bag. And finally, some items you might want to bring for feeding. Now, my thoughts on, if you already know that you're going to be giving your baby formula and you don't plan to breastfeed, that's totally fine. So you'll need to bring some sterilised bottles and some formula with you. However, if you're not sure or you'd like to breastfeed, I think it's a really good idea not to bring formula or bottles with you to the hospital. What you'll need in those early days is just really good support for the breastfeeding. Having some formula there can actually be a negative effect, because you might just feel like, oh, it would just be easier to give baby formula. And the thing is, if you're in the hospital and you have plenty of support from the midwives, they'll be able to help you with breastfeeding, and they won't let baby starve. So if they really need to give some formula, they'll have access to formula in the hospital as well. And you can always get some more, when you get home, order it on Amazon, etc. So you don't necessarily need to bring formula with you to the hospital, but if it makes you feel better to have it, by all means put it in the bag in a little feeding compartment. So that's everything from what to put in your bag. Now Sheila's going to show us some amazing tips on how to fold it.
Yeah. Right, so I'm going to show you a few tips on how to fold baby clothes. This is very useful for your suitcase, for the baby bag, or when you go on holiday, or even just for your nursery with everyday packing and folding laundry. So I'll show you how to fold a vest first. So this is a baby vest. So if you tuck the arms in, take the bottom part and fold it in half, like so. And if you fold it in half again, and then we just fold up.
That's brilliant.
Lovely.
Saves so
Square.
much space.
Fit perfectly into an IKEA drawer divider. Put it in like so. Next I will show you how to fold our lovely baby girl here from the Sleep Feed. Oh, these are my favourite. Look, we've got a zip there just at the bottom. No buttons. Even though buttons are cute, zip save time. So, baby girl upside down. So, fold the arms in. Fold the legs up. And we fold in half. And again, into threes. And into the drawer divider.
Makes it so easy to see what's in there as well.
Yes, it saves so much space. Muslin, relatively easy because it's a square, in half. And again, till you get a little square. Now you can roll them and pop them in a divider or the drawer, or you can fold them into three. Perfect. Now the last thing is a blanket. Now you might think, okay, yeah, blankets are easy to fold. They are. But what I like to do with blankets is use them as a decorative item. So if you fold your blanket in half, then square again, and then again, you can either roll them like so, pop them in a wire basket. Wire baskets are great, or use a rattan basket or a wicker basket, roll them and stack them up as a triangle and use them as a decor item.
It's really lovely.
Perfect, sorry. So you can get our checklist on both of our blogs and on our Instagram pages. It is printable and it's a PDF version, so you can quickly glance through it over your phone. We just loved sharing these tips with you today.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wish I'd known some of these things in my own labour. So I hope it'll be useful for you all.
So in a summary, what have we got tips to remember?
Well, one thing I would say is to think cleverly about the bag that you have, to pack into clear labelled bags if you can, or even not even if they're not clear, just clearly labelled bags. I think it's a really good idea to get your partner to pack the bag for you. So even if you arrange all the bags out, getting them to put it in the bag so they know where everything is. And then, watch those videos again and again from Sheila of how to fold things as well to save extra space in the suitcase. I think that's some really good tips.
Great.